If you don't need a man, marry yourself.
True. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Every time a woman says that, some of them may not mean that, but majority I believe do. Like, some may be saying it to mean that I don't need a man financially, but I want a man or whatever. But some say it to say I don't need a man, period, right? He can't do anything for me. He doesn't add any type of value to my life. So on average, when that is being said, that's what they mean. So, and I think it's very disrespectful to men to even say that, right? You never hear a man saying I don't need a woman. Like you just probably won't hear that. But yeah, to say that, like I say, okay, marry yourself and see what they get
you. Listen. So on the side of if you don't need a man, marry yourself, a lot of these women, right? They go out, they go to school, they get their education, they got more degrees than a thermometer, they get their little they get their little job at their little corporate office pushing pencils, Have you ever heard of these females where they have their jobs, but their jobs be having like 500 job descriptions, but it's not really that important?
Right.
I'm the acquisition assistant manager of the higher earning accountant. But they
oh Lord.
or they get their little government job at their local, state local office, making a good amount of money, maybe $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, right?
Right.
Or some of these females, they go out, get their education, get a good job, and they make good money. Now, here's the kicker, right? Some of these modern day females, they've become the man that they want. I repeat, these females have become the man that they wanted. True. They say, I want a high earning man. They're making, 175, 180, maybe 70, 80, or they're working their way up to this. They've become masculine themselves. They are a masculine man making a good amount. They got their house, the little condo downtown with their closet full of Michael Kors bags and Chanel's and little nails and stuff. And actually, I have a video on my account that in where I think it's Japan or China, where lonely females, what they've been starting to do.
I know what
they've
you're
been
talking about. Go ahead,
they've been marrying. Yeah, they've been marrying themselves. There's a video. It's like a couple $1,000s in 2 days. They can have their own ceremony where they marry themselves. and in a couple years, I'm thinking in the next 10, 20 years, these females are going to start having weddings and ceremonies where they marry themselves.
Oh, wow. And
because
also, go ahead, continue.
Real quick, because let's be real. A high earning female in her 30s, no man wants to deal with it because she's the B word. Because why? I'm being serious. Have you ever met a high earning female? She's one of the worst women to freaking deal with.
Yes, I've met several.
She
That's
is
not true
masculine.
For all females.
Hold on, Magnolia. Magnolia, I'm gonna let you speak in just a second. I'm gonna let him finish the point, but I got you. Go ahead, Rebel.
A high earning female. She is one of the worst female demographics. She thinks she's better than you. She looks down on you. And if you're in a relationship and she earns more, she will treat you like a boy. She'd be like, oh, I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it in real life. I've seen people. There's this one female, right? She's on TikTok and she's with this other guy that I know them both. She owns I think it's like a house or a condo. She owns it. She makes more money than him. She outranks him in earnings and earning potential, right? And I told this guy, I'm like, dude, if you don't have the leverage in the relationship, she's gonna, Rebel, you just talking that, you just trying to say stuff to shock people. Guess what happened? The second that they got into an argument, she said, get the out. She says, I earn more than you. I make the money. She literally said this on live. She said, I make more money than you. I earn more than you. Stop playing with me. I buy everything in this house. She started to use her leverage, and people thought I was crazy when I said that.
Right.
When it came into real life.
Because one of my topics was going to be that if your woman makes the if your woman is the breadwinner, she's definitely going to control you. That was one of my topics. I just decided not
Yep.
to add it.
That's not
Oh, but
necessarily
okay,
true.
but hold up, Rebel, are you finished making your point?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay, Magnolia, you have the floor. Go ahead.
If we're using anecdotals, then I can tell you that my mentor who makes more than her husband, that does not happen in that relationship. You could be
Okay.
toxic. Whether if you're a man that makes more, woman that makes more, you can use that at any point if the person is toxic. So if you're the man, right, and that's your house, you can kick that person out if you're a toxic person. So that just goes down to them being toxic, not necessarily because she makes more, it's because she's a toxic person and she used that to kick him out, which was not okay because that's toxic. But that doesn't necessarily mean that women that make more are always going to do that.